Husband said go big or go home for first crime after allegedly killing wife and hiding body. Charles Byrd allegedly killed his wife and hid her body for a month. In a press conference, County Sheriff Javier Salazar explained that a relative of 49-year-old man Charles Byrd had called them over a concern he may have done something to his wife Angela, who was 44. The sheriff explained that deputies investigated Charles Byrd's home and quickly smelled the distant odour of decomposition and found what they believed to be human remains wrapped up in plastic. Officers recovered what they believe are the remains of Angela Byrd, and said that while a medical examiner hadn't yet confirmed it, they thought there was a distant possibility it was her. They are also hoping the medical examiner will be able to tell them whether the woman was a victim of homicide. Charles Byrd was found hiding in a house around a mile away from his home and was arrested by deputies. Sheriff Salazar claimed that Byrd told officers of a physical confrontation with his wife on the 16th of June, which he believes led to her death, alleging that in the following month he lived with his wife's corpse and tried to mask the smell of decomposition. One of the things that left a huge impression on me was when he detailed to the investigator that he had not been arrested before. He had never committed a crime before, the sheriff explained in a press conference. And then said to our investigator, go big or go home. And that was pretty shocking to me, to hear that he used that to describe what we believe to be at this point evidence of the murder of his wife. He made a very flippant comment to the effect of go big or go home being his first time committing a crime. I just found that very shocking. For the most part, if somebody's committed a crime such as a homicide, they would probably pick up a bit of a fight, you know what I mean? They would probably put up a bit of a fight in terms of trying to prove their innocence or going out the way to put the crime onto someone else. But this guy, he was like no remorse whatsoever. He's like, yeah, you know, first crime I committed, so I thought, fuck it, go big or go home. Simple as that. Like, that's not very, I mean, I suppose that's not unusual for some criminals, especially if it's like a murder, for example. But normally, you don't really hear that, at least straight away anyway. Sheriff Salazar said that Byrd had been booked in for tampering with evidence with intent to impair the investigation of a human corpse. He added that the investigation hadn't yet reached the point where Byrd had been charged with murder, but that they would be waiting for the medical examiner's verdict. However, the sheriff said that if the medical opinion was that the woman died by a homicide, then based upon some of the admissions made by Mr. Byrd, they'll be seeking to charge the man with murder. The sheriff claimed that Byrd did several different things to try and cover the smell of a dead body, including the use of household substances, as well as covering the corpse in plastic and blanket. During the press conference, the sheriff also claimed that Byrd did not ask for legal representations and was very matter of fact about the details of the case. From where I'm sitting, this seems like a very open and shut kind of case. Like, you got this dead body, you got the husband, who's usually the number one suspect in a murder of a partner of theirs, and you got the fact that this guy is showing no remorse whatsoever. His only comment was basically, go big or go home, in terms of committing his first crime. So that kind of tells you, like, this guy was definitely at least involved in some capacity or another. And you also take into consideration as well, this guy is not asking for legal attorneys. This guy is not even asking for a legal advisor. He's just simply, which I suppose is not always unusual, depending on who you are as a person. Because some people might think, no, you know what, I can prove my innocence without an attorney. Some people might feel differently. Some people feel like, no, I need an attorney. I can't handle this case on my own. I need proper legal advice. I need to know what my options are here, sort of thing. But as it seems, that doesn't seem to be the case with Charles Byrd. This guy doesn't seem to give a fuck that he allegedly killed his wife. And he doesn't show any remorse for the fact that he could be spending, well, probably the rest of his life behind bars without any chance of parole. Possibly, maybe, who knows. I mean, I've said it before, and I always continue to say it. If you're not happy with your partner, if you're married and not happy, get a divorce or just separate from one another. Get rid of each other's presence in your life. Like, don't go out and commit murder and risk losing your life. If you're not happy, leave. Like, just leave. Don't throw your life away just because you can't stand the person you're with. But again, for some people, easier said than done. Some people are just criminally insane to the fact that they don't care if they kill their beloved loved one for one reason or another. I'll be interested to see as well, like, I'll be interested in reading any follow-ups when it comes to the story. Like, what was their relationship actually like? I'm just curious, it might not really matter that much as such. But I am curious to know a little bit more about their relationship and see, like, what they actually got them together, how they got together in the first place, what the marriage was like in the early beginning, what was the turning point in the marriage when this guy decided to kill his wife and hide her body for a month and then disappearing from like a mile away from his home. Just stuff like that I'm very curious about. But with that being said, thank you all for tuning in to today's episode. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.